The city was alive with the hum of nightlife, neon lights flickering like restless spirits against the darkened sky. Haruka adjusted her camera strap, feeling the weight of her assignment pressing down on her. She was a journalist, eager to make her mark, and tonight she was tasked with investigating one of Japan's most chilling urban legends, Kuchisake Onna, the Slit-Mouthed Woman. The legend had been whispered among the locals, a tale that sent shivers down the spines of even the bravest souls. As she made her way to the haunted park, the air grew thick with an unsettling tension. The trees loomed overhead, their gnarled branches twisting like skeletal fingers against the moonlight. Haruka's heart raced, a mix of excitement and anxiety coursing through her veins. She had read about the woman who roamed these woods, her mouth grotesquely slashed from ear to ear, asking unsuspecting victims if they thought she was beautiful. Just a story, Haruka muttered to herself, trying to shake off the creeping dread. Just a story. But as she stepped deeper into the park, the whispers of the wind seemed to carry more than just the rustling leaves. They felt like voices, beckoning her further into the darkness. The park was eerily quiet, save for the occasional rustle of leaves and the distant hoot of an owl. Haruka set up her camera, the lens capturing the shadows that danced around her. She felt a chill run down her spine as she recalled the warnings she had heard from her colleagues. If you see her, don't answer her question, they had advised, their faces pale with fear. Just run. With a deep breath, Haruka pressed record, her voice steady as she began her report. Tonight, I'm standing in the infamous haunted park where the legend of Kuchisake Onna is said to come to life. Locals claim she appears at night, asking her victims if they think she is beautiful. If you say yes, she shows her true face. Suddenly, a rustling sound interrupted her monologue. Haruka's heart raced as she turned, her camera poised to capture whatever lurked in the shadows. That's when she saw her. A girl, no older than 16, with wild hair and wide, terrified eyes. "Please, you have to leave," the girl gasped, her voice trembling. "She's here. You don't understand." Haruka frowned, her journalistic instincts kicking in. "What do you mean? Who's here?" "Kuchisake Onna!" the girl cried, her eyes darting around as if expecting the spirit to emerge from the trees at any moment. "I saw her! She's real! You can't stay here?" Haruka felt a mix of fear and skepticism. "I'm just here to gather a story. I can't leave now." "You don't get it," the girl pleaded, stepping closer. "She'll ask you if you think she's beautiful, and if you say yes, she'll show you her face. And if you say no..." Her voice broke, and she shuddered at the thought. "Listen, I appreciate your concern, but I need to see this for myself," Haruka replied, her determination hardening. The girl's face paled, and she stepped back, shaking her head. "You're making a mistake. I can't help you if you won't listen." With that, she turned and fled into the darkness, leaving Haruka alone with her thoughts. The wind picked up, swirling around her like a ghostly embrace. "Just a story," Haruka whispered, trying to convince herself. She resumed filming, but her confidence wavered. The atmosphere felt charged, as if the very air was alive with anticipation. As the minutes ticked by, Haruka's unease grew. Shadows danced at the edges of her vision, and the whispers in the wind seemed to grow louder, more insistent. She glanced at her watch. Midnight. Suddenly she heard it. A soft, melodic voice drifting through the trees. "Am I beautiful?" Haruka froze, her heart pounding in her chest. The voice was hauntingly beautiful, yet laced with an undercurrent of malice. She turned slowly, her breath hitching in her throat. There she was, Kuchisake Onna. The woman stood before her, her long black hair cascading over her shoulders like a dark waterfall. She wore a surgical mask, concealing the horror beneath. The moonlight illuminated her pale skin, giving her an ethereal glow that was both alluring and terrifying. "Am I beautiful?" she repeated, her eyes glinting with an unsettling intensity. Haruka's mind raced. She remembered the girl's warning. "Just run," she thought, but her body felt rooted to the spot. Yes?" she stammered, the word escaping her lips before she could think. Kuchisake Onna's lips curled into a smile, and she slowly lowered her mask. Haruka's heart dropped as she saw the gash that split the woman's face, a grotesque smile that dripped with crimson. "Even now?" Kuchisake Onna asked, her voice a chilling whisper. Haruka's instinct screamed at her to flee, but the words caught in her throat. I don't know," she managed, panic surging through her. The spirit's expression shifted, her smile widening to an unnatural degree. "You think I'm ugly?" "No, yes, Haruka's thoughts spiraled into chaos. With a swift motion, Kuchisake Onna lunged forward, her hand gripping a pair of gleaming scissors that glinted menacingly in the moonlight. Haruka stumbled back, her heart racing as she tried to escape. "Please, no," she screamed, but the words fell on deaf ears. The spirit's laughter echoed through the park, a haunting melody that sent chills down Haruka's spine. "You wanted to see me, didn't you?" In a moment of desperation, Haruka turned and ran, the sound of her footsteps pounding against the earth. She could feel the spirit's presence behind her, a dark shadow that followed her every move. The whispers grew louder, drowning out her thoughts, and she could almost feel the cold breath of Kuchisake Onna on her neck. "Am I beautiful?" the voice taunted, echoing in her mind. "Leave me alone!" Haruka shouted, but the words felt hollow in the oppressive darkness. She burst through the trees, breaking into the open area of the park, but the moonlight felt dimmer now, as if the darkness was closing in around her. She could hear the rustling of leaves, the whispers growing louder, taunting her. "Am I beautiful?" Haruka stumbled, her heart racing as she turned to face the spirit once more. "Please, just let me go." But Kuchisake Onna was relentless. "You think I'm ugly?" she repeated, her voice dripping with malice. "No, yes, Before she could finish, the spirit lunged at her, scissors glinting in the moonlight. Haruka felt a sharp pain slice through her cheek, and she gasped, stumbling backward. The world around her spun as she fell to the ground, clutching her face. The pain was excruciating, a burning sensation that spread through her body. She could feel the warmth of blood trickling down her fingers, and panic surged through her. "Now you're beautiful," Kuchisake Onna whispered, her voice a chilling lullaby. Haruka's vision blurred, and she could feel herself slipping away. The last thing she saw was the spirit's grotesque smile, a reflection of her own horror. The next morning, the park was silent, the sun casting a warm glow over the scene. Haruka's camera lay abandoned on the ground, the lens cracked but still recording. When the footage was reviewed, it revealed nothing but darkness, punctuated by Haruka's terrified screams echoing through the night. As the days passed, whispers spread through the city. Haruka had become part of the legend, her story woven into the fabric of fear that surrounded Kuchisake Onna. The park remained haunted, a chilling reminder of the price of curiosity. And as the sun set each night, the wind carried her screams, forever lost to the whispers of the wind, a warning to those who dared to ask, "Am I beautiful?"